In this video, I'm going to be going through each one of these cases for the brand new Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. We're going to see how they fit, how they feel. I'm going to let you know which my favorites are, and I guarantee you by the end of this video, you'll know which one of these cases are right for you. And if you do want to pick any of these up, I will be putting product links in the video description. We've got the Liquid Air, the Ultra Hybrid one-tap metal ring, the Slim Armor CS, the Thin Fit, the Tough Armor, the Rugged Armor, and the Enzo Aramid. So let's get started. Here we have the Spigen Slim Armor CS case. So here is the case. Now this case does have a back cover on it to hold 2 flat credit cards, which is pretty nice. It is made of hard plastic, and the rest of the case is kind of like a flexible type TPU rubber. On the inside, it's got kind of like this texture, but it's still that rubber plastic. So here is the case. Now this case has a card holder on the back that just simply slides open like this. It can hold 2 flat cards inside. It is made of a plastic type material that is pretty firm, and the rest of the case is just kind of like a flexible type TPU material. It's got this texture on the back here and that plasticky rubber texture on the inside. Let's put our phone inside the case. Goes in the phone pretty easily. It feels good in the hand. It's not really slippery, but it's like that smooth type of rubber. On the top, it's got kind of like just a slight bit of texture to it to give it, a better grip in the hand. Buttons, nice and clicky, easily accessible. If we take a look at it from the side, you can see that it does have a slight raised edge around the front of the phone. I also do not have a tempered glass screen protector on my phone either. You can see that this case does add a little bit of extra bulk because of that card holder on the back, and it sticks out when you put your phone down on something. The camera is going to be raised up just a little bit off whatever you put your case down on. We have our cutouts on the bottom here. We have our power button and the volume buttons on the side. On the back again, we have that hard plastic card holder. You can open up like this and put in a couple of your cards, and it closes up just like that. And again, we do have that texture kind of on the top portion of the case, and we also do have a slight raised edge for our camera lens protection as well. Now to get your cards out, you just simply slide this piece over, and then you kind of get your fingernail in there for the first card, and for the last, it pretty much comes out just that easy. You just kind of got to get your finger in there and then lift it up. It's not bad. Now as far as wireless charging goes, I don't have any cards in the case right now, so we'll see if it charges. So it does seem like it is charging, and then we'll put the cards back inside the case and see if it will still wirelessly charge. So it seems like it still charges with the cards in the back. The only thing you need to keep in mind is the cards need to be plastic. You're not going to be able to put any metal cards in the back here, because then the wireless charger will not be able to charge through those metal cards. Not a horrible case. I'm not a fan of this little bump here with the cards, but if you want a case that holds like your ID and maybe a credit card so you don't have to carry around your wallet, this might be the case for you. Then here we have the Spigen Finfit case. So this case is pretty thin, and it's probably one of the more lighter cases. It does have a kind of like a firm hard backing surrounded by a softer rubbery type material. It's got kind of like that matte look, so it keeps down the fingerprints. Put our phone inside the case. Goes in the phone pretty easily. Feels pretty nice in the hand. It does kind of have a smooth feel on the sides. It's not really slick, but it's got a smooth feel. Feels not too bad in the hand. If we take a look at it from the side, you can see that it does have a slight raised edge all the way around the front of the phone. It also keeps the phone fairly slim. So you can see on the side where it's got half of that rubber type material and half of the plastic. We have our cutouts on the bottom here. Power button and volume buttons on the side. On the back, again, it's just kind of got like that matte type silicone material. Looks pretty nice. Keeps down those fingerprints again. And it also has a slight raised edge around our camera lenses. So if you're looking for a thinner, lighter case, you might definitely like this. And as far as wireless charging goes, no problems there. It's definitely not a bad case. The only thing I would have rather have seen them do is maybe put some grip or something on the side. Not super aggressive, but just enough to where it doesn't feel as smooth as it does. But definitely not a bad case. Then here we have the Spigen Liquid Air. So this case is all flexible. There are no firm pieces on it. It's got kind of like this, looks like a diamond type texture on the back. It's also fairly light as well. We have that textured plastic rubber on the inside. Goes in the phone very easily. Feels pretty nice in the hand. And again, this has the same feel. It's got kind of like that smooth, kind of rubbery type feel to it. It's not slick, but it's smooth. In this case, does have kind of like these little ridges on the side to help with grip. As far as the buttons goes, nice and clicky, easily accessible. If we take a look at it from the side, you can see that it does have a slight raised edge around the front of the phone, and you can see that slight texture all the way along the side of the case. It's also fairly slim. It doesn't seem to add much extra bulk to the phone either. We have our cutouts on the bottom. We have our power button and our volume buttons on the side, and the power button does have kind of like a rigid texture on it. We have a lanyard hole on the bottom. On the back, again, it's got kind of like that diamond pattern. You can't really feel it. It feels pretty smooth, but if you take your nail to it, you can definitely feel it a lot more. And we also do have a slight raised edge around our camera lenses as well. And for wireless charging, you can wirelessly charge right through the case. So another nice case that will add some protection to your phone. Feels fairly good in the hand. I'm just not a huge fan of the texture on the back, but it's not really a deal breaker. It's just a very simple case. Then here we have the Spigen Ultra Hybrid one-tap metal ring case. So here is the case. It is all clear, and it does have these kind of protectors that you're going to want to take off before you put it on your phone. It also has a nice firm hard back with that MagSafe ring built in, and it's surrounded by a firm rubber type material. So we'll just take off the inner protectors. Put our phone inside the case. And then we can peel off that back one. Looks pretty nice, feels good in the hand. It does have some grip to it, which is definitely welcome. Buttons are nice and clicky, easily accessible. If we take a look from the side, you can see that it does have a slight raised edge around the front of the phone. And we also have these little air bubbles in the corners for a little bit of extra drop protection. You can also see that it doesn't add much extra bulk to the phone, but we do have like a thicker plate on the bottom of this case. There's no kind of texture or anything on the sides. We have our cutouts on the bottom, our power button and our volume buttons on the other side. We got that lanyard hole in the bottom. And then on the back, it shows out the color of your phone. Really nice. We've got that MagSafe built in. Let's see how well that works with our MagSafe power bank. And my battery's dead. So I had to plug in my power bank because it is pretty much dead, but it'll still give you some idea of how the power bank works on the back of this case. So we'll clip it into place, and as you can see, it starts to charge. Now it doesn't have a super strong magnetic hold, but I think it's strong enough to where you don't have to worry about your MagSafe accessory just falling off. But if I were to like shake it around a lot, it would probably come off the phone. But it's definitely strong enough to hold on your MagSafe accessory. Then we also have a slight raised edge around our camera lenses as well. Very nice case. I do like the inclusion of the MagSafe ring because I've got an iPhone with some MagSafe accessories that I can definitely use with this case. Again, it feels good in the hand. It's got some grip to it, and it just shows off the color of your phone. It's pretty nice. And this case also does work with regular wireless charging as well. And then here we have one of my favorite Spigen cases, the Rugged Armor case. So this case is, again, very flexible. There's no firm pieces on this case, but the reason I like it is because it's pretty slim. It's also fairly light, and I do like the way that the case looks and feels. It's got kind of like a rough texture on the back, and it's got kind of like some carbon fiber inlays on the top and the bottom of the case. We also have that same plasticky rubber type texture on the inside. Goes in the phone pretty easily. It also feels good in the hand. It's got kind of like those ridges on the side for some grip. Buttons, nice and clicky, easily accessible. On the side, you can see that it does have a slight raised edge on the sides of the case and a little bit more of a raised edge on the top and the bottom. So if you happen to put a tempered glass screen protector on your phone, you'll still have a good amount of raised edge. It also keeps the phone fairly slim. You can see those the ridges on the side. We have our cutouts on the bottom. Our power button, which is textured, as well as the volume buttons. And we have those ridges again, along with our lanyard hole. On the back, again, it's got kind of like that roughed up rubbery type material. We have those carbon fiber inlays on the bottom and the top. And we do have a slight raised edge around our camera lenses. I've always liked the Rugged Armor cases on all of my phones. If you're looking for a fairly slim case that's going to offer your phone some protection, I would definitely recommend checking out the Rugged Armor case. And this also does work with wireless charging as well. And then here we have the Spigen Tough Armor case. So this is one of the few cases that Spigen makes that is made of kind of like a two-piece design. It's got a hard plastic backing surrounded by a softer rubbery type material, and this piece does actually come apart from that case. So here we have the softer rubbery type case surrounded by this kind of like a thin hard plastic. It also does have a small plastic kickstand on the bottom here. I mean, it's not very big, and you're probably only going to be able to use your phone in landscape, but it is there. On the inside of this case, it does have like this foam type material to help give it some better shock absorption in case you happen to drop your phone. Put our phone inside the case. So it does feel nice in the hand. Again, this material on the side is like a hard plastic, so it's got kind of like a smooth feel to it. It's not grippy. The buttons on the side are easily accessible, but they are flat, which makes them a little bit harder to find, except for the power button here, which is kind of cut in, and it's also got a texture to it. If we look at it from the side, you can see it does have a slight raised edge around the front of the phone, but we also get some better protection in the corners as well, again, in case you happen to drop your phone. On the bottom, we have our cutouts. On the other side, we have our textured power button and our kind of separated volume buttons, but as you can see, they're pretty flat, which again might make it hard for you to find the buttons, especially if it's in your pocket or something like that. On the back, again, it's got kind of like that matte, it's kind of silicone type feel, keeps down the fingerprints. We've got our small little kickstand on the bottom here, and we have a slight raised edge around our camera lenses. So let's take out this kickstand. So we can definitely put it down in a landscape mode so you can watch some Netflix. but it doesn't seem to stand up in portrait. It is just made of a plastic type material. It's a little flimsy, but you can clip it right back down into the case. It's something, it's not the best, but it's something to hold, hold your phone up if you want to watch some Netflix or something. And if you want to wirelessly charge, you can with this case as well. So if you're looking for a more protective case that Spigen sells, the Tough Armor would definitely be one to check out. Now for me, this definitely has to be one of my least favorite cases. One, because I don't like the two-piece design. I like a one-piece case because on some of the other past cases I've seen with prolonged use, this case kind of starts to come apart and the back get stuff underneath it. And I don't like the flat buttons on the side. I like buttons to kind of protrude to make it easier for you to find. But that's just my personal preference and something I just wanted to note. And then here we have the Spigen Enzo Aramid case. This is definitely one of Spigen's more premium cases. And not only does this case have metal on it, but it also has Aramid fiber built into the case itself. It's also a lot heftier than most of the other cases. And don't be fooled by this little ring on the inside. This case does not have MagSafe. But it does kind of have like this felt type material on the inside to help keep your phone from getting all scratched up. And it is also super rigid. There's no flexibility on the back of this case, but it is surrounded by a softer rubbery type material. So let's put our phone inside the case. Goes in the phone really nicely. Now, the one thing already that I don't like about this case is the fact that it is slick. The sides actually don't have any sort of grip whatsoever on them, and it feels very slick in the hand. So that's definitely not a good thing already. If we take a look at the case from the side, you can see that it does have a slight raised edge all the way around the screen. And just so you know, I do have a tempered glass screen protector on my phone. Yeah, this phone it just feels slick. That is really unfortunate. I don't know why they wouldn't just put some sort of texture or something to help you, get a better grip on the phone. Maybe they want you to drop your phone, so you have to buy another one with another case. I'm not really sure, but as it sits right now, this case is very slippery. Now on the sides, it does have metal buttons, which I absolutely love. The power button here and the separated volume buttons. They're very clicky, easily pressable, so that's definitely a plus for the case. If we look in the bottom, you can see we do have all of our cutouts here. And on the back again, we have that really nice soft Aramid fiber. Doesn't show any fingerprints. It's got a little bit of a texture to it. We've got like a little metal symbol on the bottom here, as well as a metal ring that goes around our camera lenses. And it just ever so slightly comes above the cameras to give some protection there too. It's very unfortunate that the case is super slippery because it looks like a really nice case. It's really solid. I like the incorporation of the metal buttons and the ring around the camera, but if the phone is slippery and you might drop it and damage your phone, it's definitely not worth it. Now let's see if we can wirelessly charge through this case. So wireless charging doesn't seem to be an issue. It would have been really nice if they would have put MagSafe into this case as well, as premium looking as it is. But that Aramid fiber is really nice in the back. I do like the way that it feels, and because it does keep the fingerprints down. So if you don't like really slippery cases, I would definitely not recommend this case because you will most likely end up dropping it. So of all the cases we've tested here today for the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, I really did want to love this Aramid fiber case because it looks super premium, but it's just too slippery and I don't want to risk dropping my brand new phone, and I'm sure you guys don't either. But as far as my favorite case pick, it definitely has to go to the Spigen Rugged Armor. I think it's a good mix between protection and slimness for your phone. It's not going to be the best for drop protection, but for my choice, I don't like a super bulky phone, but I do like some protection for my phone, and I think the Rugged Armor fits that bill. Feels really nice on the hand, looks good on the phone. That's my pick. But what do you guys think? Out of all these cases, which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And again, if you guys want to pick any of these up, I will be putting product links in the video description. And if you guys enjoyed the video, it would really help out the channel if you gave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.